So this video we're going to discuss OSPF, how we can route between VLANs on the same network so that we can create more broadcast domains, which means we have less traffic bouncing around on one flat network. So what we're going to start off with, if we go ahead and open up the simulation tab and we edit a filter and we do EIGRP, which is what's running on these four routers up here, and we go ahead and hit auto capture, and we can kind of watch the packet bounce around. So basically what's going on here is these four routers are talking to each other, saying I have this route, I have that route, I have the .4 network, I have a .3 network, I have a .6 network. They're all different VLANs, and the routers know what's attached to them. So again, they're bouncing around. This shows it happens much quicker in real life, but these packets are bouncing around and they're constantly updating. And this goes back to the previous video where we killed one of the networks, or killed one of the router connections, and then EIGRP automatically picks up that there is a packet, that there's a problem with the network, and how do I continue to get to that network. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause this. Actually, we're going to just reset this, and we're going to go back to normal mode. And what we're going to look at here, so what we're going to see is that this distribution switch is connected to the 10.192.168.6.6 network, the 7.2.3 network, the 7.2.16.4 network, and this particular switch is connected to the 16.1 network, the 16.2 network, the 168.10 network. And then if we go, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up this switch right here, and what we're going to see is in the running config on this switch, basically it's set up in such a way that each of these switch ports is sitting on its own VLAN. And then these VLANs are separate from each other and have different IP addresses, or they are on different networks. So how we see that is, let's take PC1 and PC3 plugged into the same switch, but if we look at the configuration of the fast Ethernet switch on 3 and on 1, here, we'll see 1 is sitting on 16.3.2 and PC3 is sitting on 16.4.2 as its IP address. So even though they're plugged into the same switch, this switch and this entire network sees them as being on two separate network interfaces, or two separate networks that cannot talk to each other. And how we verify that they can't talk to each other is, let's take and try pinging from PC3 to PC1, and when we do that, we go ahead and see that because it's not routed, so because we have not set up EIGRP to route between the 16.3 and the 16.4 network, no traffic gets across. But if we go over here and ping, so we can see the 16.1, and if we ping to 2.16.4.1, it goes through. So the reason for this is because we have set up our routing network, so our EIGRP, our routing protocol is set up basically to go through and allow the 16.4.1 to talk to all those other networks, while we also have access, kind of a access control list type setup that doesn't allow the 3 and the 4 network to talk. So this is just an overview of how that we can use switches, routers, VLANs all in a network to create multiple networks on the same switches, so like this, so that we have separate control of computers. So we can have a user here that only needs access to the network they're on and the internet. They don't need access to anything else, where this user might be an IT guy that needs access to every user in the company. And or every network in the company to be able to do their job, so they sit on different VLAN that has that access. And that is about it for this video. Thank you for watching.